I always love to ask this question anytime I get to talk professional athlete. When we go back to the Moneyball movie, I don't know if you remember the scene where Brad Pitt is talking to Jonah Hill, and he's basically teaching him how to cut players. And it's the line of like, do you want a knife to the throat or a bullet to the head, basically? And he's like, I don't want either. So I'm kind of curious, is it like that cutthroat?
Um, when I got traded from the Red Sox, I won't bring up any names, but certainly you can figure out who it is at the end of the day. When I got traded from the Red Sox to the White Sox, that was in the middle of 1986. I got a call at 1 in the morning. My manager was drunk, and he said, "You just got traded to the White Sox." And I'm like, "What? Excuse me?" I said, "Can we talk about this?" And he's like, "Oh, we'll talk in the morning." He goes, "Call the traveling secretary." I called the traveling secretary. I never talked to my manager in the morning. We were in Baltimore. I was traded to the White Sox, who were in Anaheim at the time. I flew from Baltimore to Boston to get a bigger suitcase because I needed more stuff, and flew later that afternoon to Anaheim and was in uniform that day. Played third base the next night. Uh, it is cutthroat. It's you're playing the same game. You got a different shirt on. You got to deal with your family. My family was living in Boston. Now I'm living in Chicago. They give you 7 days to find a place, and that's it. And then you move on. So it's cutthroat that way. It's no fun. Getting released worse. You get released. You're told they don't want you anymore. That's way harder.
To kind of go back to like the 80s, 90s versus today. I would say the bench clearing brawls. Like you got the Blue Jays. I forgot who that fight was between the shortstop and the second baseman.
Batista.
Yeah. What was that, like 17 or 18, I think, or might have been more recent, but that happens every blue moon now. Basically, like generally, we're dying to know. Like we assume you've been in a bench clearing brawl, if not more than once. What is your general thoughts, whether you're coming from a position or you're coming from the bench? Is it like, I hope I don't get hit? Or, just generally, what are your thoughts in that situation?
Yeah, you try not to get sucker punched by somebody, I'm a lover, not a fighter, but, so I go try to grab someone to dance with and basically hang on to them and say, you're not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. We're staying right here. I think the stupidest things in a baseball fight is when your teammate grabs you so that you can get punched by someone else. Don't grab me, grab one of them. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. I didn't have a good fight, but I had a chance to have a good fight when I was playing in winter ball down in Colombia, South America. A guy hit me twice. My first game down there, I hit 2 home runs. And then through the grapevine, I heard he was going to hit me because he didn't like the way I ran around the bases. I was like, I just run around the bases, not a big deal. So he hit me my first up bat. I'm like, okay, I guess we're done with that. My second at bat, he hit me again. I said, that's enough. So I charged the mound and I threw my biggest punch that I could throw at him, and he sidestepped it. So I went flying by him. Then their catcher smoked me and I'm on the ground. But that was kind of it. And then, this guy was crazy. So he was running all over the place. Our shortstop body slammed him. But yeah, it's chaos then. And then he kind of snuck around the crowd and tried to come around again. And geez, we were just like, all right, this is kind of over with now. Most baseball fights are a bunch of dancing. Nobody really throws too many punches, but they're way better in the past than they are now. Everybody knows each other now. They don't.
Yeah.
They're all friends.
Yeah, I'm a Pirates fan, unfortunately at my age, but the one that sticks out to me is Amir Garrett, who's a Cincinnati Reds pitcher. I don't know if you remember that. A big dude.
But he charged. He went right into the dugout.
I love that because he was like, I don't care what happens. I'm about to just go send it. And he took on like the entire Pirates team. That was beautiful. I love it. I mean, he was just like, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's not supposed to happen in the game, but when it happens, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen anymore because, some robot umpire will stop you.
Hey, chill with the talk on the robots. I'm a tech guy.